Email marketing has probably been the oldest tech-enabled way, at least since the internet came up, that people have been using to get the word out about their business, to market, and to sell also. But the problem is that while email marketing is actually very effective from the statistics and everything, and also cost effective too when you look at it. It has a lot of unique issues, especially in the last 2 or 3 years. I know we had a solo episode a while ago talking about the new requirements and with Gmail, Yahoo for bulk senders and everything. So these are things that we'll talk about today with a specialist in the email aspect. So our guest today on the Tech Your Business podcast is MV Braverman. MV Braverman is the founder of Inbox Welcome, and welcome to the show, MV.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. So I think we're in the last 1 week. We're currently the last week of November. So in the last 1 week or thereabouts, I think probably going towards Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I've had a lot of people in a lot of marketing and business groups and members complain about all their emails and everything going into the Gmail promo tab all of a sudden. So what's your take on this? Why do you think this is happening? And so on.
Okay, my controversial take, and this is what pretty much every deliverability person will tell you, is promo tab is the inbox.
Hmm.
People freak out about going into the promo tab. It's not the kiss of death. Oh, ooh, that was interesting. It's not the kiss of death. People go into the promo tab with intent to buy. So, yes,
Hmm.
maybe you have fewer people opening it, but they're in the right mindset. Um, so, please don't take the promo tab as some kind of a, I don't know. I don't even know the word for it, but it's not a bad thing. It's in fact a good thing. Not only that, but about half of email opens are done through Apple Mail. Guess
Hmm.
what? They now have their own promo tab. So you
Oh
have more
wow.
promo tabs to worry about. Please let it go. If you're not in spam, you are in the inbox. It's
Hmm.
okay.
I think
But yes, it is Black
that's
Friday. This is the
yeah.
time. This is the time that every sender is throwing everything at their entire list, even people they haven't emailed in like 18 months or longer. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of interesting things going on. It will change.
Yes, yes, and I think your take too. It's actually interesting because like something, especially in a period like this, Boxing Day, Black Friday, Boxing Day. I know I usually look out for deals. I shop for clothes a lot, so I usually look out for deals on Boxing Day, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I look out for a lot of deals from different people I would usually work with during the year to say, okay, do they have any special deals? So I think that's something a lot of people actually go into the promo tab hunting for deals. So like you said, they're in a buying mindset and all that. So just tell us a bit about yourself, about Inbox Welcome, and what you do generally.
Sure. So I've been in tech support like my entire career since I was a teenager. After my very short-lived stint at a fast food place, my first actual job was at a computer lab at my university. So I've
Wow.
been tech support, system administration, and when I started my own business, I did tech help desk as well. And a couple of years ago, I pivoted to email. I realized that I really need to focus, and a new client asked me to figure out why her emails were not being received. So she would go to a conference and speak, and people would ask her to send a proposal, but her proposals were never answered. So this was a big deal, and it was very important. So I dove in, and I found out that there's a whole world I didn't know about. So I learned a lot, and I think that I am. sticking with it. I'm very happy with this niche. I think it's wide enough and deep enough to be very interesting for many years to come.
Yeah, it is because I think no matter what has changed, email has remained consistent in the last almost, let's say, 20 years or more. It has always been consistent. So now there is what I talked about earlier during the intro. This year, earlier in the year, we found out that Google and Yahoo have new requirements, especially for bulk senders. So, can you break down what these requirements are, what business owners need to know, and when they would be in trouble or not with these requirements?
Sure. So it was actually last October, mid October, that they, Google and Yahoo together, announced their new requirements.
Yeah,
And I know I've heard about it almost immediately, but it was just completely crickets for the rest of the year. To me, I was like, this is a huge deal, but no one's talking about it. I felt gaslit by the universe because it's like it's coming in February. They're gonna start putting this into effect in February, which is a very
yeah.
short timeline for how critical these changes were. So to summarize it in kind of layman's terms is authenticate your email, send emails that people want, and make it easy to unsubscribe. So authenticate your emails is some part of what I do. It's very technical, so it's the underlying infrastructure. Um, People had to make a lot of changes, some willingly, some not so much so. But at this point, having good authentication in place is the price of admission into the inbox. If you don't have it, you're not getting in. The downside is that people think that if they have it, they're guaranteed the inbox. That is not at all how it works. Because if it were so, we would be awash in spam, right? I
Yeah.
get I get constant cold pitches in my inbox every day, and they're very properly authenticated. So the second thing is send emails that people want. So uh, make it. Uh, don't buy lists. Please do not
Mm,
buy lists. Get consent. And the other important thing is you have to keep your reported spam rates below 0.3%, ideally below 0.1%. So that means if 1 in 1,000 of your recipients reported marked your email as spam, you're starting to veer into that yellow and red territory.
yeah.
And the other thing that a lot of people don't know is that the average B2C list is at least 50% Gmail account addresses. If any of you look at your list, unless you're B2B, you're going to see lots and lots of Gmail addresses. Well, um, if someone marks in Gmail marks your email as spam, that is not going to show up in your Mailchimp, ConvertKit, whatever else you use dashboard. If a Yahoo user marks it as spam, you will get to see it in your dashboard. But Google does not report, and so that means that over 50% of your list, you don't know what's going on
Wow.
unless you set up Google Postmaster Tools, which a lot of people still don't know about. So, if you take anything from from this episode, please go set up Google Postmaster Tools and look at it.
So how difficult is it to set up Google Toastmaster tools, Postmaster tools?
It's pretty easy. Just go to postmaster.google.com, follow their process for signing up. You will have to add one DNS record to basically verify that you own the domain. But after that, the hardest part is just remembering to go and check it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a great summary. You authenticate, make sure your um, sender is authenticated, send what people want, make sure the spam rates are low. But when you look at these requirements, and especially considering that they are targeted at bulk senders, does this mean this is the end of cold emailing? Because when you look at it, a lot of businesses depend on cold emailing for getting leads and doing marketing and business. So does this mean this is the end of it for those businesses?
No, but honestly, my take and a lot of people's take is that cold email that's automated is spam. Now, if I
Mm,
were to send you, if we didn't meet through Podmatch, and if I were to send you an email saying, "Hey, I really love your podcast. I would love to appear on it," that is not the same thing. Rather,
mm.
it's all the emails that I'm getting, "Hey, would you like AWS? Hey, we have virtual assistants available." So they know nothing about me. They know nothing about my business. They don't care. They're just crunching the numbers. So personalized and, you know, genuine email, even if it's a cold outreach, is okay. Yes, we are still gonna have that, but
Yeah.
it has become more difficult to succeed in automated cold email, partly because, and this is unfortunately also the reality for good senders, is it has become a lot harder to recover from a damaged sender reputation.
Mm,
So before, it might take you a few weeks. Your authentication maybe was screwed up or something else was wrong. You fixed it. It wouldn't take too long to recover. But these days, it takes a lot longer. It can take you months.
mm.
So the people with cold emails, setting up all these additional domains and so on, they're finding it harder to keep doing it. Yes, but no, it is not. It's not done. It's not gone, and it never will be. I think the first spam email was sent in like 1984 or five.
Wow.
So
That's older than me.
it's gonna it's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, so for a lot of business owners, I think you just mentioned Postmaster Tools for checking mail sent to Gmail, Google Workspace
Your What Google
addresses and
thinks of
co.
you.
Yes, exactly what Google thinks of you. So now, for business owners who want to generally, you also mentioned the email marketing tool dashboard like Mailchimp. So, what are other ways a business owner can know that their emails, especially the legit emails they're sending, are going into the inbox rather than the spam folder?
Well, I mean, this is why people pay me the medium bucks, is because it's not actually obvious. And
Hmm.
one of the misconceptions that I need to dispel is the difference between delivery and deliverability. So a lot of times an ESP will say, "We have 99 point something percent deliverability rate." That's not actually true. So what they have is a 99% delivery rate. So that means when they send out the emails, the server accepts it 99% of the time. So the account exists. There's not a block or anything else. But deliverability is, where did the email end up?
Oh.
And you don't have a clear answer on that in your dashboard. So there's a lot of data points that come together to give you a big picture. Now, one of the things is open rates, and not for the reasons that people think. So these days, probably you already know, open rates are very much
Hmm.
inflated. So you might think 60% of people are opening your emails. That's actually inflated by Apple mail privacy protection. So that can be as much as 40%. But even if it's a
Hmm.
non-human open, so that's, your proof point, your mail
Yeah.
privacy protection, your other security measures are called non-human interactions. So even if it's a non-human interactions, that interaction does not happen if your email ends with spam. So none of those will open it. You will not register and open. So on the minus side, you don't know how many people actually opened it. On the plus side, you know that this many ended up outside of spam. So, but really, it's a lot of putting different data points together. And if you don't have your own seed list, so that's basically, set up an account on Outlook.com, on Yahoo.com, on Gmail.com, and add all of those to your email
Oh.
list, and just check to see where it ends up when you send it.
Hmm. I think that's a great tip like that a lot of us don't think of getting those different options so that you don't have to wait to actually send the emails, the main emails, to know that they're getting into spam or they're getting into the wrong place. Yeah. So now, for some business owners, the complaint they have about email marketing is that they send these emails, but they don't get any engagement from the people they send these legit emails to. So, what would you say is the cause of this? How can it be fixed too?
Well, my first question is, what do you consider engagement?
Let's say
Is it an
replies,
open? Is it a
opens, yeah,
click? Is it a reply?
yeah.
So, I mean,
I think,
I'm busy, you're busy, we're all busy. Our inboxes are overflowing, right? So,
yeah.
yeah, some of that. But if you want, first figure out what it is that you want. Do you want to reply? Do you want to click? What is your end goal? And start with that in mind. So, if you want to reply, encourage replies. Give them a good reason to reply. And it's like all of those social posts lately where like comment blah blah to get my extra special guide.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. Just say reply and tell me what your biggest struggle is, and I will send you a guide
Hmm.
about it or something like that. Like if you make it worth my time to reply, you will get my reply.
So I think that's generally marketing to just tell the person what to do because that's something that I've
Give them
seen.
a very clear call to action.
Yes.
Like as as clear as you can and then clearer.
Interesting. So now you talked about delivery and deliverability earlier. So now for a business owner who sends emails regularly, what are some steps, what are some things that you suggest that they do to improve the deliverability of their emails?
Uh, well, first, like look at your entire sign up process. So, start with is what's your sign up form like? Is it secure? If you're getting a lot of bots on your list, then that's already a big red flag. So you want to secure you want to review and secure every single step of the journey. Um, so when someone signs up, verify their email address. People make typos all the time.
Hmm.
I cannot tell you when I look at, when I try to clean someone's list, there's every variation of the word Gmail. There's Gmali, there's Gma, there's like whatever,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of typos that are unintentional. Now some people do give fake addresses, but like keeping your list clean is one of the best things that you can do.
Hmm.
uh, Again, back to the requirements. Send emails that people want. So set the expectation of what you will be sending them. Don't say you'll send them monthly and then suddenly start sending them something every
Yeah.
day. Don't say you will get my best tips on email marketing and start sending them every affiliate offer that you can think of, right? uh, Again, you're building a relationship. I like to kind of put it in the real world terms is I want to be an invited guest in someone's home, their inbox.
Yeah.
I'm not a door to door salesman.
Hmm.
So I'm not there to sell them a vacuum. I'm there to build a relationship. Um, and if they never buy from me, that's okay. Maybe they will tell someone else about my services. Maybe they will just share something that I said that resonated with them.
Okay, so now for business owners, if probably you've worked with and co, when you start to work with them, I'm sure there are common mistakes you see in most cases, especially when you come to the aspects of email marketing. So, what are these common mistakes you usually encounter regularly when working with businesses in their email marketing?
Sure. Well, one of those is as a little bit of a mindset, maybe, is relying on vanity metrics.
Hmm.
So, list size is a vanity metric. Uh, but a lot of times, email list owners are like, grow, 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 grow. I want a bigger list. That's all they want. And like, I have worked with people who had never cleaned their list in over 10 years.
Oh,
Okay. The thing you need to know is that about 25% of an email list decays every year. So that means someone abandons their Gmail account, they lose access to it, they move on to another job. Whatever it is, there is going to be constant change. So if you're just focusing on grow, 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 your beautiful garden needs to be pruned
yes.
and tended to. It should not just be constantly growing because you're going to end up with a lot of weeds.
True. True.
So that's definitely one of the biggest things. And then, of course, the other one is like open rate, open rate. 60% of people are opening your emails. They're not. You don't actually know how many people are opening your emails. So don't look at the absolute numbers, look at the trends. If it's staying stable or if your open rate is going up, great. If it suddenly went from 60% to 12%, let's talk.
So now, so for you just mentioned open rates. What are some ways? What are some quick ways or some things that you would suggest a business owner can do so that they would actually get better? They'll get more of their emails actually opened. What are some things you'd say they can do?
Again, set expectations and meet them. The first time, the easiest time to get an open is when someone signs up. So if you're not sending a welcome email, you are making a huge mistake. Ideally, you have a short sequence. And if you have a very small list, really consider double opt in. I know a lot of marketers really, really hate it, but it's gonna help you a lot actually. But yeah, like set expectations and meet them. And also, um, if you clean your list, your open rate is gonna go up.
Mhm.
So you might have the same number of absolute opens, but that means that a larger percentage will now be opening
Open,
them.
true.
And that's a good thing because that sends, well, first you're not paying for these people who don't care and don't want to hear from you, or have abandoned their accounts or whatever it
Yeah.
is. And second, that actually shows the mailbox providers that more people are interested in your emails.
You mentioned something which caught my attention, which was having a welcome sequence for new subscribers to your email list. So now a lot of business owners don't really know what to put in this welcome sequence. A lot of them don't even know that they should have this welcome sequence. So can you give an maybe a brief example of a welcome sequence that would work for a typical email list? A short welcome sequence.
Oh, you don't ask easy questions. Okay, I will say this: I am not a copywriter. That's not like that is not my role. So I will just tell you what I think.
Mhm.
Again, you're building a relationship. So uh, think about what do they want, what do they struggle with. It's not just about me, me, me,
Hmm.
right? So if you have some kind of a freebie, checklist or whatever it is that they're opting in to get, then my strong advice is follow up actually with more about that freebie. So, for example, my lead magnet is how to do authentication yourself. So, um, this now required authentication, a lot of small businesses are doing it wrong.
Hmm.
Now, they often don't have the budget to pay me to do it, but I've made a step-by-step list guide on how they can actually do it themselves or hire someone else to do it, and it walks them through exactly what needs to be done. But it doesn't just end at here's the guide, get your copy. It's a Google Doc. because I mean, I don't know how many freebies I have gathering digital dust. It's a lot. I want my lead magnet to actually make a difference and not just get their email
Yeah.
address. So I send follow-up emails saying, "Hey, about each aspect of it. You know, that today we're going to assess your situation. Tomorrow we're going to prepare and so on." So actually like make your lead magnet actually count for something. So it doesn't just get forgotten.
Yeah.
So that's definitely it. Tell them a little bit about yourself, and especially in the context of how you can help them. And one good suggestion I have is there's a lot of really good advice on how to write an about me page. That's not just about I have three golden retrievers and and live in wherever. I do not have three golden
Yeah.
retrievers. But it's really about them. And so again, your welcome email should say something about you, but also be about them. I mean, that's the best advice that I can give because it really depends on every situation. I can't just say here's the four perfect emails that you can send to get
Yeah.
and everything will be amazing. But a welcome sequence is the best thing that you can do for your email list. So and it gives you the best bang for your buck. So in e-commerce, cart abandonment emails are actually the best converting. But for a general list, a welcome sequence will get you the best bang for your buck for many reasons.
Okay, so I think earlier you said something that the email list size is a vanity metric. So, since that's a vanity metric, what metrics would you advise that business owners should actually pay attention to succeed at email marketing?
Well, look at your KPIs, your key performance indicator. Like, what is actually important? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get X sales? Then that's your metric. Like, what percentage of your sales are coming from clicks through your emails? Um, like, focus on real numbers, like website visits, sales, whatever it is that's actually important to you. Because if 100 people love your emails, open them and refer and buy, that's a lot better than 10,000 who don't.
True. True. So now for I think to take your business, what tools, what resources, what technology would you recommend for businesses doing email marketing to make the email marketing easier for them, to make it more productive for them? What tech would you recommend they use?
Hmm. That's an interesting question. I'm well. First, choose your email marketing platform carefully, and make sure that you've set it up properly, so that your authentication is dialed in. Test it, and um, hmm. Again, I recommend having that seed list and seeing where
Yeah.
things end up. Send the test email, check all your links because a lot of times you're gonna get some kind of oops corrected link, right?
I've done
Or the
that.
classic hello first name, right? So like send test emails, ideally to someone who didn't write them, and just have them look at it with fresh eyes. Use templates. The hard part about templates is that people forget to change some things, like sometimes the preview text they forget to change and so on. So just create a checklist. Really would be the best thing that I would suggest. The other bit of tech that I think is critical and people don't use is if you have images, use an image optimizer tool. So you want to make them the most optimal size that they're still legible, because the larger your images, The more likely they won't load, something will go wrong. So optimize your images, make your email as lightweight as possible. I think those are kind of my best suggestions. There's a lot more, but those would be really great place to start. And yes, have a welcome sequence. The other thing, kind of the other side of it, is again a mindset shift. Please do not buy into the set it and forget it hype.
Hmm.
Like, that is a lie. That is bullshit. They just, please don't do it. It's set it, document it, and review it.
True.
Because I guarantee something will go wrong. I guarantee something will become outdated. So you want to know what the 6 months ago, 1 year ago, 2 year ago you or contractor was thinking. And also you want to make sure that it's still the right thing for your business.
Interesting. So now you mentioned a guide on authentication earlier. So for listeners or watchers too who want to continue this conversation, learn more tips from you, connect with you, or get the guide or anything in any of the other freebies you mentioned, gathering dust from you, what's the best way they can reach you?
So you can, to get the guide, you just go to diyguide.inboxwelcome.com. And you can always reach me by email. I read my email way too often. So mv@inboxwelcome.com. I'm always happy to hear from people. Yes, it is very hard to get replies. Even the most seasoned and amazing copywriter is going to tell you this. That it's just, it's hard to get that engagement. So I love to hear from people who, and you will absolutely stand out in my inbox.
Yeah. Amazing. So diyguide.inboxwelcome.com, or if they want to contact you through email, mv@inboxwelcome.com. So those will be in the show notes. Those will be on the screen once this episode goes
And I'm
live.
pretty active on LinkedIn as well.
Oh yeah.
So
So that's
always connect with me on LinkedIn.
MV Braverman on LinkedIn, right?
Yep.
Okay, okay. So,
Yes.
so I think your LinkedIn URL will be added too. So thank you so much for coming on the Tech Your Business podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So for the listeners, I'm sure you've picked up one or two things about email deliverability, about how best to manage your email marketing, your email list, and things like that. And like I said, if you want to continue the conversation, you have the links on the screen, you have the links in the show notes. So thank you for listening to this episode. If you know anyone else it would help, please share it to them. Until next week, when we come back with a brand new episode, don't forget to keep taking your business. Bye for now.